Hey everybody, I'm Todd and this is Sweet Tea Guitars. Thank you so much for clicking on my video and welcome to the Great Guitar Build Off 2022. Alright everybody, you guys already know I've released 2 videos discussing my potential plans for my entry into the Great Guitar Build Off this year. Everything has changed. We're going to talk about that in this video. I'm calling this build Cloud 9. This will be the last of my little numbers game I'm playing with the 3 guitars I'm building here at the shop right now. But I wanted to tie it together. I've got the 7 of 9 build that I'm doing for my friend Wes at work. I've got the figure 8 build that I'm doing for my doctor friend. And now my Great Guitar Build Off project, we're going to call it Cloud 9. Before I show you guys this body wood, the neck wood, the top set, the fretboard, all that stuff, we're also going to talk about the hardware in this video. I wanted to show you guys what I got in the mail today. I'm wearing a shirt. As you guys can see, Life on the Edge. This is a new shirt that I got from Crimson. I also got one of the Scion with the Japanese dragon and the Japanese lettering on the front of it. I got one of those too. Killer. But that's just part of it. The stuff I got from Crimson today is so awesome. You guys, I am so thrilled to have this stuff right here. So as you can see, I got all 12 of the water-based stain colors. I got the high build guitar finishing oil. I got the penetrating guitar finishing oil. I got the fretboard restorative and cleaner set. I got the ultra mega guitar polish. I got the fret rubbers. I got a leveling beam, a straight edge, a fret rocker, a fret crowning file, which is just otherworldly. This is a gorgeous file. The handle's awesome. The file's got safe edges on every corner. I also got the fret end dressing file. Again, the handle, they make these handles at Crimson. This thing is great quality. And I got a dead blow fretting hammer. This thing's full of, I'm assuming it's either steel or lead. It's probably lead filled because this thing's quite heavy. It won't bounce. The handle's custom made in-house at Crimson. It's just a beautiful, beautiful little hammer. I love this thing. So my thanks go out to the guys at Crimson. This stuff is awesome, and I commend those guys for making such great quality products. This straight edge, I've got one of these made by another company here in the US, and the one I've got is actually made from aluminum. I'm assuming this is cold rolled steel. It may even be stainless. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it's nice and heavy. It is deadly accurate. They surface grind these. The fret rocker, this thing's nice and heavy. It's the heaviest fret rocker I've ever held. All edges are surface ground to be dead flat. The leveling beam, again, surface ground and lapped on a stone to be dead flat. Absolutely just great quality stuff. I can't say enough about the quality. Obviously, all this stuff right here will be used constantly in my shop. I am so glad and so proud to be the owner of these fine tools. So hats off to Crimson for producing such great quality stuff. I am so impressed by this, you guys. It is just really something else. We're going to start with this PRS template right here. This is a double cutaway, basically. This will be a set neck design. I am going to do some weight relief on this thing. 1 volume, 1 tone, Tune-O-Matic style Sophia 344 bridge, HSH pickups, 25.5-inch scale, 3x3 headstock, satin, hip shot chrome tuners. Haven't decided on the wood I'm going to use for a headstock plate if I end up using a headstock plate. I'm going to wait and see what the headstock looks like once I get this glue up done. And I've got to dimension all this wood down before we do that. So let's get rolling through this video and let's talk about these woods I'm going to use. I love that walnut set that I showed you guys on my wood selection video for the Great Guitar Build-Off. I released that video about 3 weeks ago. Well, it's April 1st today. I want to get going on this build, and I wanted to do something a little bit different. And I started thinking, the figure 8 build's got a walnut top on it. The Requiem build has a walnut top on it. I don't want to do all walnut tops, you guys, you know. So I started thinking, and I've got a ton of top sets anyway. I've got maple, I've got redwood, I've got sassafras, I've got ziricote, I've got tons of tops, beautiful myrtle top sets. I just got the last 4 sets of the Kaya that Felly from Fiddleback Wood Shack had, like I used on the giveaway build. I love that wood so much. Felly offered to make me a deal on the last 4 of those top sets he had, so I bought all 4 of them. Anyway, I don't want to build another guitar with a Kaya set this close together. So I started thinking, you know, what can I do that's a little bit different this year for my Great Guitar Build-Off project? And I want to do something with some color on it. You know, the last few guitars I built are all natural, no stain on them. They're natural oil finished. And I've been wanting to do this anyway. This is my plan for the Great Guitar Build-Off this year. I want to start off by showing you guys the body wood I've selected to go with this year. And I'm really excited about this because I've never done this or built a body out of this wood before. I'm going to use 8/4 Padauk for the body. It's heavy. I'll do some weight relief stuff on this guitar. It is getting a book match top anyway. So I'll hollow out some of this and, you know, get rid of some of that weight. Padauk is musical wood, and I think it deserves to be made into a body. I've already got these pieces that I've dimensioned down to body size wood anyway. I need to joint these. They've already been through the planer on both these sides, but they're rough sawn on the 2 short edges. So I do need to run these across the joiner or plane them with the hand plane. I've got 3 pieces selected for this body because 2 of these will not make a body blank. It needs to be a little bit wider. So I'm going to take this wood outside, dimension this down, and I'm going to do a multi-laminate body with Padauk and figured Purple Heart. Now, this is not a heavily figured piece of Purple Heart, but if you guys will look all the way down this edge, I've got some curl in this Purple Heart. It's got a little bit of figure in it, and you can see that on this end right here. And this board's wide enough. I can cut this, rip this down the center, have 2 boards that I can use as accent stripes down the middle of this guitar. Separate this with some light veneer. I'll use some of that light Anna Gray or some of that quilted or curly ash that I have over there to add some contrast between these woods on this body. Purple Heart and Padauk look great together. And I think this is going to make a really musical guitar. Well, looking at this board, yes, it's got figure all the way down this side, but there's also figure in the center. So if I'm careful how I rip this, I should be able to get 2 decently figured pieces and have this showing on the back, the part that's not going to be covered up by the top. So that's my plan for the body. Again, I'll separate that with some curly ash veneer or some of that curly Anna Gray veneer that I have. Those are the 2 lighter woods I have. I also have some mottled eucalyptus, but it's not quite as white. Knowing that I'm going with Purple Heart and Padauk on the body, I'm going to do the same thing on the neck. I've got a big hunk of Padauk right here. It's nice straight grained. I'm going to rip this board down the middle. We'll make sure it's nice and flat. It is planed already. I bought this wood already planed. It's surfaced on 2 sides. It is rough sawn, again, on the short edges. But we'll take care of that on the jointer, or I'll plane it by hand. And I will also use Purple Heart. I've got a 5-inch wide piece of 3/4 Purple Heart. It's a little bit longer than 48 inches. I've got 2 other thin strips right here of Purple Heart that I can also use for accent stripes if I need to. And then I will also separate these with light veneer. So that's the plan for the neck. Fretboard wise, I'm going to stick with the fretboard that I showed you guys on the video. This is a beautiful piece of ebony. It's got some really nice grayish hue in the background. It's a nice straight grain piece of ebony. There's no checks in it. This should sand up really beautiful and pretty much maintain that black appearance, which is what I'm after on this guitar. So ebony fretboard, I think that's going to be a beautiful neck. You know, I know that I put a Padauk neck on the giveaway build, but this neck's going to be completely different than that one. On the giveaway build, I used that strip of Murado down the center, a pretty wide strip of Murado, even though that's pretty much a 3-piece neck separated by veneer. This neck that I'm doing for the Great Guitar Build-Off project, I'm going to make it a 5 or a 7-piece neck separated by veneer. So this is going to be a little bit more intricate looking. I am thinking that I will bind this fretboard. I think this would look good with some curly maple binding on it, but I don't want to go too crazy because the top set that I'm using, about a month ago, I was looking through Instagram, as I often do, and checking out what everybody's doing and hitting the like button because everybody does that for me. So I try to return the favor. I noticed that Derek Kimball had posted a 2-defect flamed maple top set deal on Instagram. You could go on his website. He's got a section under the flame maple top sets area on his website that you can buy 2-defect or practice sets for $50 plus shipping. So I ordered 2 top sets from Kimball Hardwoods, and it gives you the option to put a note on your order, as many websites do. On that message, I asked Derek, will you please be slightly selective? I understand that these tops are not perfect. I'm not asking for that, but I do plan on using these tops on live guitar builds on my YouTube channel, and I would appreciate it if you would send me, multicolor does not bother me. Mineral streaks do not bother me. What I really did not want to receive was top sets with insect tunneling or cracks and a bunch of checks or inclusions in them. Well, lo and behold, when I got home yesterday and checked the mail, there was a package up there from Kimball Hardwoods. Well, inside that package were 2 curly maple top sets. This is one of them. And I cannot see why you would consider this board a defect. I love this. Now, it's not 5A figure or anything, but it is completely unique looking, you know? I love this wood. What this is going to allow me to do, and I've been wanting to do this for a long time anyway, this is going to allow me to use some color. I saw Derek from Big D Guitars posted a video about a week ago. Darker blue, it gets medium blue, lighter blue, and finishes off at a turquoise up near, it's a vertical fade. It's not a burst. It's faded up the body. And it goes from a dark blue all the way to a really transparent, neutral looking turquoise color at the top. I think that's an absolute beautiful finish. And I'm not sure exactly what kind of top coat he's planning on putting on that build. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt a similar finish. I'm not going to do exactly the same thing Derek did because I don't want to copy him, even though I've got mad respect for Derek. But, you know, I'm trying to be unique here. I want to do something that's outside of my comfort zone. This is the Great Guitar Build-Off, and I want to do something really impressive. And if I can impress myself with it, that's good enough. I'm not worried about, you know, too much else, because I don't really care about winning the Great Guitar Build-Off. I want my guitar to be seen by you guys, and I want to hear what you think about it. But that's pretty much why I want to do this. I want feedback on what you guys think about this guitar that I'm going to build. It's not really, you know, it's not really important to me as far as the competition side of this thing goes. But I also didn't really want to enter the community build, because I feel like being in the scratch build competition gives you a little bit more exposure, you know, especially when it comes down to exposure from Crimson. And Ben's already helped me out so much. I owe Ben Crow a huge debt of gratitude for so many different reasons. I mean, he's the reason I'm standing here right now. He's the one that inspired me to get into this, but he's also pretty much the brainchild behind what the Great Guitar Build-Off has become. And I love that. You know, I love the fact that there's this whole brotherhood of builders. You know, we have built this community around the Great Guitar Build-Off. This is our time when we all come together for one purpose, to help other people try to get into building. And we all do our best, put our best efforts forward just to be seen by each other, you know, just to discuss what our ideas are, what our plans are, share those ideas with each other. And man, that right there, that's enough. You know, that is absolutely enough for me. You know, I think most guys who are serious about building guitars are probably going to enter the scratch build part of this, or the professional. And I had already told you guys, and I also announced this on the Great Guitar Build-Off forum for builders, that I can see myself being in the professional category. I just don't feel like I'm ready for that yet. I'm not ready to take that step to say, okay, guys, start ordering guitars from me. I'm ready to start selling my instruments. What I'm doing right now, and what I've been doing for the past couple of years, is exploring every possible build technique. I'm trying to absorb as much information as I can get, both from you guys, from Ben, from books, from other people's videos, anywhere I can find out interesting new ideas. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to get my skill level to a point that I can approach a build with no worry and experience complete artistic freedom, to be able to allow my creativity to bloom. You know, that's what I'm trying to accomplish here. Yes, I want this to turn into something cool and to where I can start selling guitars and stuff like that. Yes, I want to do that. But right now what this is me learning to be an awesome builder. And I feel like the Great Guitar Build-Off does that for all of us who are looking to do the same thing that I'm looking to do. So I do wish everybody the best of luck. I am so interested to hear what all you guys are going to do for your builds this year. Last year was absolutely amazing. I saw some of the most incredible guitars being produced, and in the end, that were mind-blowing how beautiful some of these guitars were. So, to recap, a Padauk body, Purple Heart accent stripes. I'm going to separate that by light veneer. Curly maple top set, center jointed. I'll do some weight relief on the body. Purple Heart and Padauk neck as well. This is the first video of my Great Guitar Build-Off 2022 entry. This is it right here. I want to keep it subtle, so I may go with dark veneer. I don't want it to be like all glaringly obvious. So I may use some like Wenge or some of that fumed Ethymo or some fumed eucalyptus that I've got in the shop right now. We'll figure that out when we get to that point. You guys know now what woods that I am going to use. On the body of this guitar, I am going to spray finish this body with automotive high solids urethane clear coat, and it's high gloss. I'm going to buff this guitar. I want it to be shiny and beautiful and vibrant and glossy. And I can get a glass finish when I use 2K automotive urethane. On top of that, using a high solid urethane finish is really super durable and it'll last a really long time. So that's what I'm going with on the body. On the neck, I will do either a satin finish 2K or I will oil finish the neck and leave it somewhat natural feeling. That's what I like to do. Have not decided what I'm going to do with this guitar in the end. I may keep it. I may send this guitar to the Great Guitar Build-Off staff and let them do what they want to with it. I haven't decided yet, but I will make that decision in the coming weeks, and you guys will be the first to know. We're going all out on this guitar. I think it's going to be beautiful. I hope you guys will follow along as I build this guitar for my entry into the Great Guitar Build-Off this year. So until episode 2 of my Great Guitar Build-Off project, you guys, peace and love.